Welcome back. Following the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit, also called petrol, by President Bola Tinubu back in May 2023, the price of the commodity has increased 3 times since then, amid a struggling economy and cost of living crisis in the country. The latest move towards a total deregulation of petrol pricing and removal of subsidy by the Bola Tinubu administration has led to another upward price adjustment by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPCL. With its withdrawal from the exclusive petrol supply arrangement with Dangote Refinery, the NNPCL has increased its pump prices nationwide. In Lagos, the commodity is now 998 naira per litre, up from 855 naira, and even higher in other states across the country. The situation has triggered a petrol supply challenge, with the scarcity and long queues at filling stations becoming regular occurrences nationwide. Given this and other challenges, there is a growing recognition of the need to diversify Nigeria's energy mix and reduce its dependence on petrol and diesel. Transitioning to alternative energy sources like compressed natural gas, President Bola Tinubu says that Nigerians now face a choice. They can either pay 1,000 naira per litre for regular petrol or use a cheaper alternative, that's compressed natural gas CNG at 200 naira per standard cubic meter. The president shared this information during a meeting with executives from the Nigerian Independent Petroleum Company, NIPCO. During the meeting, President Tinubu acknowledged NIPCO's role as a critical player in enhancing the adoption of CNG as an alternative fuel, noting that such investments align with his administration's energy security and economic diversification strategy. Well, let's discuss these options of petrol or CNG. Oil and gas expert Dave Nyere joins me to continue the conversation. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. Now, let's talk about this deregulation that we hear the federal government has implemented. Do you think that, the regulation of petrol pricing came at the right time, considering the state of the economy as it is right now? Because quite a lot of people have said that the country is not yet mature enough to handle full deregulation.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we were looking forward to the regulation of petroleum prices, but for you to do that, you need to put the enabling environment in place. It came at a time when it's supposed to be done, but there is no good enabling environment. Taking the two-pronged approach by floating the naira and deregulating the price of petroleum products, it will definitely have adverse effect on the citizens of the country. So when you look at the action taken, it is not well planned out. So I would say it is not the right thing to do at this time.
Now, the president has provided options for Nigerians. They can either choose between buying petrol for 1,000 naira per litre or go for compressed natural gas CNG at 200 naira per cubic meter. Now, do you think that this is a fair deal coming from the president?
Yes, there are many ways to look at it. One way, if you look at the cost price of what they are offering a compressed natural gas now at 200 naira per cubic liter, is a fair deal. But look at it, that's not the actual price in the market. The actual price now is over 400 naira per cubic liter. Now they are going to another way of subsidy again, subsidizing the compressed natural gas to sell at 200. That will bring a problem again in the future. Then let's look at it. The whole world is going into renewable energy. We know that compressed natural gas is a kind of a stopgap or an intermediary between the fossil fuel and the renewable energy. Why go through this two-step approach instead of promoting the use of electric vehicles? We are now going to compressed natural gas. In 10 years' time, some countries in Europe and all the advanced worlds, they are making cars that will go on electric, go on battery charging and electric. Why are we always 1 or 2 steps behind? Why can't we go to the right place. I'm a believer of doing the right thing at the right time and at the right place. Thank you.
All right. Well, as we speak, CNG has gained significant traction as an alternative to fuel in that's premium motor petrol in various countries around the world. Good examples are India and Brazil. In fact, India has one of the largest CNG networks in the world. Now, given Nigeria's resource of gas, don't you think that the country could also tour the path of being a vast resource for CNG?
Yes, yeah, Nigeria could do that because CNG, like I say, is a better alternative to fossil fuel because it reduces the emission of pollutants into the environment and emits less than 40 to 60 percent of carbon dioxide into the air than the petroleum products or coal. It's something that you can do in the country and let it work. My fear is this: government always make pronouncements, but the implementation don't usually come out the right way. Before you know it now, you will see a lot of things, a lot of scandal, a lot of avenues for people mismanaging the commonwealth of the citizens. It's something good. India did it and they're successful. And currently, most of their almost 90% or something work of their vehicles work on compressed natural gas. Can Nigeria effectively implement it? Look at our epileptic refineries. We cannot even put them back to use. Thank God Dangote has come now to give us issue. But doing the hybrid form, like in most countries are doing, having a hybrid is good too. So that if you can switch between the petroleum products and the compressed natural gas. It's a good project if they can do it. But the whole world is already one step ahead of us. Thank you.
Let's discuss safety as well. I mean, we've seen reports of the CNG converted vehicles exploding. I think there were cases in Ogun State and Edo State as well. I mean, in countries like Nigeria, where the temperature can be really extreme, what safety measures do you think can be put in place to ensure that it doesn't happen? Or there are no other cases of explosions?
Yeah, there are some safety measures I think they'll come up with that can help the country like Nigeria that in a temperate world that is very hot. Yeah, but the issue is that even if they come up with those safety measures, can the drivers abiding by it? There are some run hours that you need to run with that, and there are some cooling effect that needs to happen. But most people just jump into their vehicles, they don't check those things, they will just move. And we need to adhere to the safety regulations. Everything we do, it has some adverse effect or implication. But if you don't follow the process, then you will be involved in such a hazard exploding on the way. Please, I want to advise every user of the compressed natural gas vehicle to adhere to the safety instructions. If it is not safe, don't do it at all.
Do you believe that, you know, the advantages of CNG overshadow the disadvantages? For instance, Nigeria's environmental goals and the employment opportunities it will bring about. What are your thoughts on this, sir?
Yes, the advantages of CNG, we have a lot of advantage. Like I said, is the intermediary between the petroleum products and renewable energy, and it emits less pollutant and carbon dioxide into the air. It's good. It's a better alternative to fossil fuel. Yes, if we're implemented and they have the factories or wherever production sites established and it creates more jobs, that's good. But how long will it last? As most of the things coming from government don't last. Maintenance is another issue. And when they are going to implement it, they will not buy the latest technology. They might go and buy the outdated technology, which will start giving them problem from the beginning. They do that for their own reason. I don't know why we will not go for the best most of the time. Spend the money, go for the best that will give you good result and last longer than spending a little money let's manage, and you continue to manage, and you don't get to your destination. Thank you.
Yes, I have to ask this. Do you think that Nigerians can fully adapt to a CNG society? We are all used to petrol. Do you think that Nigerians can adapt to this way of life, CNG converted vehicles and all?
Not everybody will believe in that. Not everybody will adopt that technology. Yes, most of us have cars now running on a petrol and diesel, quite all right in the country. And the conversion, are you going to pay for the conversion for every one of them? I think some people would rather schedule the minimal use of their vehicle than going to spend maybe millions again to convert their old vehicles of 1998, 2000, 2004 to compressed natural gas. I don't think there's nothing that, unless they stop selling petroleum products, that's the only reason, only way Nigerians can be forced to adapt to CNG. As long as there's alternative, Nigeria will always find a way around it. That's my take on that.
Well, there have actually been reports of how costly it is to undertake the CNG conversion. But then, thank you very much, oil and gas expert, Mr. Devin Yere. We appreciate your time on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. And that's it on this episode of the program. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.